In the book of Revelation, John sees an incredible and symbolic vision that reveals a cosmic struggle between good and evil. This vision begins with a woman clothed with the sun, with the moon beneath her feet, and a crown of 12 stars on her head. She was pregnant and about to give birth to a child. This woman symbolizes God's people, Israel, and the promise of a Savior to come, a child who would bring salvation to the world. But in the sky, there is a great red dragon with 7 heads and 10 horns, and on each head, a crown. The dragon represents Satan, the great enemy of God and his people, who seeks to destroy the woman's child. As the woman cries out in labor, about to give birth, the dragon waits eagerly, ready to devour the child as soon as it is born. But God's plan is unstoppable. The woman gives birth to a male child, who is destined to rule all nations with an iron scepter. This child represents Jesus Christ, the promised Messiah, who will rule with authority and power. As the dragon tries to destroy the child is caught up to God and to his throne, symbolizing Jesus' victory over death and his ascension to heaven. Then, a great war broke out in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon and his angels. The dragon and his forces were defeated and cast down to the earth. This marks the moment when Satan, the accuser, loses his place in heaven, and his power is broken. The voice from heaven declares, "Now have come the salvation, and the power, and the kingdom of our God, and the authority of his Messiah." The dragon, now enraged and defeated, turns his fury toward the woman, who represents the faithful people of God. She flees into the wilderness, where God has prepared a place for her to be taken care of, symbolizing the protection and care God provides for his people during times of trial and persecution. But the dragon doesn't stop there. He goes off to wage war against the rest of her offspring, those who keep God's commands and hold to the testimony of Jesus. This represents the ongoing spiritual battle that believers face, as Satan continues to oppose those who follow Christ. The vision of the woman and the dragon highlights the eternal conflict between good and evil. It shows that even though Satan may attempt to destroy God's plan and people, God's victory is assured. The child, Jesus, has triumphed, and the faithful will be protected and preserved by God's power. Ultimately, Satan's defeat is certain, and the victory of Christ will bring peace and salvation to all who follow him.